Hello my friends, welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Let's see what the game gives me today. We've got the Chunky. Chunky is one of the weaker characters in the game in general, though still not a terrible character, but there's definitely some weapons here that will be pretty difficult to win with. The main disadvantage is that we can't use lifesteal or HP regen, and we can't increase our speed, which on the Abyss is a pretty serious downside because the bosses are so dangerous. That being said, we'll have a lot of extra maximum HP, so let's see what weapon we get and what we can make work with this. Alright, we got the Taser. That's not a great one because it doesn't give us bonus HP or anything like that for the Chunky, and it doesn't give us extra consumables, so it's not like Pruner with the Gardens, which could work with our consumable healing. So definitely not the best weapon we could have rolled here. I think it would take 3 shots to kill that tree, and if an enemy gets in between me and the tree, then we won't kill it. So I'm going to decide not to kill the tree just to guarantee that we can buy as many tasers as possible. Here I'm going to re-roll. I'm looking for harvesting, and I'll roll one more time. Unfortunately missed twice, so we'll just take an armor. Armor, of course, is going to work very well with our very, very high HP pool in order to give us more effective HP, so armor's always good for the Chunky. Even though we have high consumable healing already, Lemonade is still excellent to pick up. And then let's roll here, we'll grab another Taser. Taser actually can benefit quite a bit from piercing shots, so Sharp Bullet's a good find, and then we can take another Taser. And we actually have enough to re-roll. Unfortunately, we missed on the 4th one, but that was still a pretty good opening shop, even despite starting with very low income, because we had a very slow attacking weapon for wave 1, so we were down about 8 materials compared to where most characters would be. We ended up managing to find 3 weapons, which for a support weapon is pretty nice, because it gets us 10 harvesting, gets our harvesting growth going, so the sooner we can get our support weapon tag stacked as much as possible, the better. Here I'm again going to roll for harvesting. I don't think we care that much about crit chance. I'll roll one more time, missed. I'll just take the max HP. This character obviously benefits from buying max HP because we get more of it and we get bonus damage from it. So buying maximum health is pretty good for the Chunky. Roll and roll. Uh-oh. Okay, well, unfortunately we only found 1 more Taser. That's pretty bad. If we had found 2 more, which is much more likely, we were pretty unlucky to roll only 1 there. If we'd managed to buy 2 more, we'd have hit 21 harvesting and been able to start growing our harvesting by 2, which is a pretty big breakpoint for these support weapon builds. So, definitely not great. Of course, it's also going to slow down our clear speed, which is going to make us less money, both from having lower harvesting and from just killing less stuff this wave. Did still make 92, which isn't horrible, but definitely not feeling great about this run so far with a weak character, sort of non-synergistic weapon, and a fairly rough start. We could take 1.5 regen. Our regen, we do get half value out of regeneration, so you can still buy regeneration here, but I think I'm just going to take the attack speed. This character benefits a lot from attack speed, and then I could roll for harvesting. We'll probably find another Taser next shop, or at least I sure hope we do. So we don't need to roll for harvesting to get to 20. I'm just going to take the elemental damage to try to make sure that our damage is actually increasing. I'm going to buy all of these and then roll. Baby Elephant, this is another way we could kill enemies if we have enough luck. I don't know that I care about that specifically at the moment here. Let's pass the baby elephant, and we'll just take a Taser here. I think this, although we could potentially use the baby elephant to help with our wave clear, which is going to be an issue, I'm very worried with this character about spending money on things that don't help us immediately, because I think it's going to be really easy for us to just fall behind. And we need to get enough clear speed to survive an elite, because this character heals only by killing enemies and generating consumables. we probably will not have the damage to kill an elite, so we need to boost our clear speed by quite a bit before we hit an elite so that we can actually heal during those fights. I will take the attack speed here. Lifesteal we can't use, so let's re-roll that, and I'll just take more elemental damage. I'll grab a taser. Small magazine, actually not totally useless for this character. We could take it because attack speed is so important for this weapon, but I think I'm just going to go with the 2 economy items and then reroll. This fireball, level 3 fireball, would be really nice if we were allowed to buy it. Alien Worm I'll pick up. It does reduce my consumable heal, which is a real downside, but max HP increases are good, and with the 1 regeneration that we get from it isn't totally useless either. Turret and Baby Elephant, again, I think we're going to pass on. Just really focused on getting our core stats online, I think. Just economy and damage with our actual weapons. I would like to pick up more luck, and if we had managed to pick up more luck, I might consider buying the Baby Elephant more aggressively. As is for this build, though, I think that the main priority is going to be to just make sure these tasers are actually helping us kill stuff. If we could find a scared sausage, of course, that would be huge. We currently have very little elemental damage as well, just the elemental damage from the tags. I also could really use some pickup radius, because when you're trying to heal with consumables alone, pickup radius is really important. Wave 5 is a horrible wave for these low damage builds on the Abyss, because the buffing aliens combined with the Mantis Shrimp just make it so difficult to kill stuff, so that's why we made so little money that wave. Just gonna take the harvesting. We need to get earlier economy going. Let's buy these and then roll. Upgrade our taser, buy a coupon, buy a lemonade. When we upgrade the tasers, that will be a pretty big deal. That's going to increase our damage a lot because it gets an extra shot. So that helps with AoE wave clear, which is something that we're really lacking right now. It's not that useful for single target damage, because sometimes the shots don't hit the same target, though they usually will. But mostly what we need is the ability to actually kill all these small enemies and make some money. Of course, Taser is also a ranged weapon, which is a downside in the Abyss, especially for these lower damage ranged weapons, because you break the blobfish for extra lampreys, and you kill the pufferfish for extra projectiles. Take the health there. Attack speed, great. I'm very happy to get bonus attack speed. Take the coupon, taser, and lemonade, and then roll. Still, I think gonna pass on the turret and the ugly tooth. Ugly tooth will stack with the slow on the taser, but we don't really need that much more slows on the taser. We are already slowing enemies a lot. We just need damage, and while we aren't decreasing our speed, there's no downside to the ugly tooth. Just spending 43 on this thing that doesn't increase our damage at all, I think is not great for us. All right, I'll take a snowball here. This way we can... This is a pretty early snowball, which is pretty nice, so we could start building our elemental damage, which we definitely need to boost. Taser level 2, of course, has additional shots. So you can see there it does 12 times 2 damage, whereas the basic one does 13. So it almost doubles the damage that the weapon does to upgrade from 1 to 2, which is a pretty huge deal for a weapon. So Taser upgrades extremely well. For 10 materials, I think we're not re-rolling. When you get these to level 4, they're actually pretty respectable weapons. But getting there is the hard part, because the damage that they do is so low up to that point. If we could find a pumpkin to increase our piercing damage after buying Sharp Bullet, that would be pretty nice. But mostly, we just need more damage. We're getting a decent amount of bonus damage out of having high max HP, so I am glad that we found a decent amount of max HP buffs, and that also does give us a little more leeway to not die. I noticed also that we had hordes, not elites, for our first boss waves, and I think that's actually going to be harder. Trying to kill enough horde aliens to survive is going to be a real challenge for this character. I'm going to reroll this. I could take the level 1 luck, but I think we can do better. And Elemental damage or harvesting here? I think we need the damage. We're really starting to fall behind. We really could have ended up with a lot of baby elephants, so I could have gone a luck build, so we could have got Cyberball, 2 baby elephants, and started building luck, and maybe that would have been a better way to play the character. I'm happy with the decision that I made, given the information that we had, but it's possible that it would have worked out better the other way around. So here I'm going to buy the fish hook rather than the taser, because this way we can lock a taser, maybe get a cursed one, and then I'm going to throw in 1 reroll to see if we can lock anything, but unfortunately we rolled 3 more weapons there. I wanted to buy the fish hook because of the chance of rolling other stuff. If it was just locking the taser, I wouldn't have bothered to lock it. Because just locking 1 item with fishhook, I'd rather have the increased clear speed from the higher level weapon. But given that we could reroll and potentially lock several things with the fishhook, that would have been really nice. Unfortunately, we missed on locking good items there, but you always have to take chances to lock stuff with fishhook, because that's how you get value out of it. I will say, this wave we're doing okay. We're not clearing things fast, but we're also not dying, which is good. And we're going to make an okay amount of income for wave 8. 237 is very low, but it could be a lot worse. I'm just going to take the damage here, and then can't take speed. I keep seeing the 0% speed and going, hang on, I need to boost my speed, but of course we can't. Range is actually not horrible for tasers. It's a short-ranged weapon. We also have piercing shots with it, so increasing range isn't the most embarrassing thing. But I think I'm just going to take 8% damage, although we do build percent damage from our passive. It's a very small amount, right? It's 1% damage per max HP, so we do need to also buy percent damage elsewhere. We missed on cursing the taser, but at least it gave us the pity bonus on the fishhook. I'm going to buy the campfire. That gives us 1 extra from the snowball. Do I want baby squid? It reduces my attack speed. We only get half value out of it, but it will be a decent amount of regeneration, I think. So I'm going to buy it. We'll take our free reroll here, and now we can lock a bunch of other items. I'm going to lock everything here, because all of this I would buy if it got cursed. So when you see items that you would buy if they got cursed, you can lock them, even if they're not items you necessarily want uncursed. When you have fishhook. Especially if you get multiple fishhooks, but even with just the 1, I think it's often worth it to do that. This character could really benefit from a couple cursed items, so trying to get those is one way that we could win the run, is sort of lucking into powerful cursed items, and making that more possible is a way that we could put ourselves in a position to get to win more easily. A question I get a lot is, how do you get so lucky? And the answer is, often we've made decisions that put us in a position to take advantage of luck when it shows up. So it looks more like luck than it actually is, because a lot of it is planning and decision making. Taking a lot of damage here, and we made very weak income this wave. I will take the jelly. We're going to take the max HP. It's also worth 2% damage. Very happy to see 2 cursed items. That's huge. We even get 3 regen off that. Both the padding... I guess the padding I'll take because we're the chunky, so we get more value out of it. The Gummy Berserker I think we're going to pass on still. Pocket Factory. If I had Scared Sausage, I would buy this. As is, I think we're passing because, again, we just need to focus on our core stats. And which of these would I buy if they got cursed? Honestly, I don't really want any of them, so I'm going to pass on those. I'm going to lock all of these, though. Metal, even though we can't buy the bonus speed, of course, is still very good, especially cursed. The cursed walrus is going to really challenge us here, although we actually killed it fairly quickly. Our damage isn't awful. I'm really glad we have the piercing shots. I would love to be able to load up this run again and test the counterfactual where we went for the luck-based damage stuff and see whether that would be better or worse. It would be really interesting to know whether that would have worked out. I want to kill this tree, but we're just not killing any enemies, so it's making it really difficult to get to the tree. Trying to avoid killing that blobfish so that we don't die, but you can see here we're about 200 materials short of how many you want to make in Wave 10, because Taser is just such a slow-killing weapon, and we got pretty weak weapon levels in the early shops, so that set us pretty far behind. I'll take the armor here. Nothing got cursed again with our fishhook, though it did give us 2 cursed items last wave, so I can't complain that much. I will take the propeller hat. So we're going into a horde wave. I'm going to take the metal for sure, because that gives me a bunch more % damage, and armor is very good as well. I will take the propeller hat. Do I want the squid or the metal detector? I think we're actually going to pass on the squid. I'm going to buy the metal detector and then roll. Can't really use dodge either for adrenaline, so I don't think we need to buy that. Little frog, I guess I'll lock, and alienize. This is a good way to clear enemies that doesn't involve killing them with our tasers, so that'll be nice. And then, okay, great. 4 things to lock for our fishhook is pretty nice if we live through this wave, which I'm not sure that we will. I will say, buying the baby shark or whatever, the one that gives us regen when we level up, and then passing on the second one probably is indicative of a mistake, because if you're buying that item at all, you probably want to buy it in multiples. I'm actually not sure which option was a mistake, whether buying it was the first one was a mistake or passing on the second one. But usually if you are buying that weapon at all, or buying that item at all, you want as many of it as you can get. There, though, I really wanted to focus on stats that would help us survive this next wave, not things that would make us stronger in future. And we only barely survived, so I'm pretty happy with that decision. I think probably we should have just passed on the previous one as well. Because the 6 regeneration, I think, is just not going to work out. We do get 2x crit damage from tasers here, so I'm going to buy the sunglasses. That will increase our damage output, and then we'll take the armor to make up for that. Cursed Alienize, this can help out quite a bit. I'm going to leave this level 3 taser locked, I think, because a cursed taser is one way we could actually kill stuff. So we'll just take these 2 and then roll, and then I'll lock the Dangerous Bunny and try to get that cursed as well. It does mean that we're giving up a bit of clear speed this wave, but I'm starting to be really concerned about our ability to kill anything in the later waves, so I think we sort of have to spike and get lucky and roll into a cursed weapon or a really powerful cursed item of some kind, which is why I've been so focused on unlocking things with fishhook and getting curse. Because I think that's our best route to making this run work, is just trying to lean into finding something really good with curse and using that to carry us through the run. Whether that be a high-level cursed taser just to help with our wave clear, or something else entirely, I'm not sure, but I think that's going to be our best bet to try to make something work here. Because right now, we're doing fine. I mean, we're not dying, but we're not in great shape. Let's take attack speed. We definitely need that. And then I'm going to reroll here and take 9 more max HP. No cursed items. I don't think I want to lock all this stuff again. So I'm going to buy the taser, Dangerous Bunny, Cyclops Worm, and roll. We'll upgrade our taser here. We don't have the health regeneration to buy Weird Ghost, so let's roll past that. And then here we're going to lock 4 more items and see if we can get another cursed item. Or any cursed items, because we missed last time. I thought we could kill the blobfish there. Because I upgraded my tasers, I think we can take care of the lampreys without losing too much wave clear when it's something early, and I didn't want them to show up later in the wave. When we do that early. And I didn't want them to show up later in the wave, because the later in the wave they show up, the more they're absorbing damage from a larger group of enemies. So if we can kill that one blobfish early and not have to kill the lampreys while we're trying to kill other stuff, then that both makes us safer and also is going to improve our wave clear. So I wanted to kill that right away. The spawner, I think we're going to ignore. I'm just going to focus on trying to make money by killing the small enemies at this point. Although I guess we did kill the spawner. The level 3 taser is huge. Even without a curse, it's really boosting our clear speed just having that. Yeah, we need more attack speed, just all the attack speed we can get. Wow, this fish hook is not pulling its weight, I have to say. Although we got one item cursed, that's fine, but I would have loved more than that. Let's buy that, and Snowball has gotten me 3 elemental damage. I'm gonna take this, and we can buy both of these, and then roll. Cursed Lure would be nice. Cursed Hunting Trophy would be amazing, so I will definitely lock that. That would be one way to fix our economy. And I'm going to roll twice. I was really hoping to find more tasers to lock and try to get a cursed weapon, but these 3 are pretty good as well. So 4,400 damage from the level 3 taser compared to, yeah, it's about 1,000 damage per weapon level there, so pretty efficient to upgrade tasers. I would love to get Cursed Hunting Trophy before next wave, because next wave is the Horde wave, so the Hunting Trophy would give me so much money, especially if it will get cursed. We'll buy it anyways, but the cursed one increases your crit chance, so it will not only give me more money, because it has a higher chance of giving you income when you kill something with a crit, it also makes you crit more often, so it's a huge boost to your economy. I will say the cursed items that we have gotten have made this easier, quite a bit easier overall. Ate the buff. I don't think we were going to be able to kill that loot alien anyways, but when it got buffed, we definitely weren't. I will take the Pocket Factory here. 46 materials is worth some, but Pocket Factory is not bad, especially if we do find a scared sausage. That could really improve our wave clear, so that would be great. I'm going to take the crit chance because we're about to buy Hunting Trophy. Missed again on all of on every one of our fishhook rolls. I will buy these. Maybe I should have saved the lure, actually. Yeah, that would have been better. If I save lure there, because we're very unlikely to kill the loot aliens during the Horde wave, so we could have saved the lure, tried to roll into a cursed lure again, which would have been great as well. So definitely a mistake to buy that there. Taking the crit chance in our last level will make us a lot more money here, though, because we're going to crit more often with our Hunting Trophy. Was really hoping for the Cursed Hunting Trophy. That would have fixed our economy for the last few waves, which would have been really nice. So, is there any chance we can kill the loot alien? Not if it dives into the middle of that giant group of enemies. I did do a bunch of damage to it, but I don't think we're going to be able to take those out. So, big mistake to buy the lure there. I just basically spent 80 on 1 regeneration because I just bought the lure on autopilot. Definitely not what you want to do. Made very little money this wave again, despite the Hunting Trophy. I'm actually curious how much it made. I thought we would make more this wave, but I guess we're just not killing stuff that quickly. Take 4 elemental damage. Okay, Cursed Community Support, that's huge. The Hunting Trophy was worth 60 materials, which is pretty good, but obviously could be better. Take Community Support. I'll let the Alloy try to get cursed again. I'll roll here. I'm going to buy the sunglasses as well. Our speed's already capped at 0, so there's no downside on the shackles. It's probably worth locking and trying to get that cursed also, and then we'll lock a weird food. If we had just like 2 more weapon levels on our tasers, this run would be 20 times easier, I gotta say. And that is the downside of locking all of our items for Fishhook, is that we're not leveling our tasers. So while I think it's still correct to try to roll into cursed items, it does decrease our chance of leveling our weapons, which is something that we also really want to do. So there are always trade-offs. Yeah, really wish I'd bought the lure this wave, since we would actually be able to kill the loot aliens this wave. Trying to kill as many of these curse aliens as I can. But also as many of the small horde aliens as I can, because they give us money from hunting trophy. I think we just need more attack speed. I could take more crit chance, but attack speed is so important for this character. We will take the weird food and the alloy. 4 regen for 200 on the shackles without the curse, I think we're going to pass on. Pile of books, we don't care that much. We do have the Pocket Factory, which is doing some stuff and a decent crit chance, but I just don't think that that is worth 200 materials to spend on that. I will take the acid to boost my damage and maximum health. We'll lock this metal detector, roll one more time, and Cursed Frozen Heart could be very good as well. Cursed Pearl we would probably buy also, even with only 20 luck. So I'll test my damage here on the Elite. Actually, we're killing it much faster than I expected to, so we might be able to kill the Elite. Not if I walk into every attack, though. This Elite is very hard to dodge all the attacks, but I also I also walked into every attack. The problem that we're having right now is that it's just stacking itself on top of all the other enemies. So I need to pull the Elite away from everything else. But I also need to heal up, which is difficult to do on the Chunky, because when you're not killing stuff, you can't heal with this character. I think we're giving up on killing the Elite. We're just going to run away. Try to pull in as many consumables as we can and hope that we can just survive. Tense run so far, I have to say. Yep, more attack speed. Great. 2 cursed items, that's huge. And this is what I was talking about when we were trying to roll into powerful cursed stuff. Just getting higher level cursed items is massive. Adding 15% damage scaling to all of our weapons, especially on tasers, which fire multiple shots, is huge for the Frozen Heart. So Cursed Frozen Heart is amazing. I'm just going to upgrade my taser here because I think trying to roll for the Cursed Taser or trying to hold out for Cursed Taser isn't a good idea. We don't have any burning damage, so I'm not going to pick up the eye surgery. We just never found anything for that, and we'll lock the tentacle as well. I will say we've gotten much better damage now because we have that Cursed Frozen Heart. We've leveled our tasers a bit, so we're in much better shape than we were like 2 waves ago. We finally found some items that boosted us, and that is the strategy that we settled on, was setting up for powerful cursed items that would help win the run sort of single-handedly, and eventually you're going to roll into something that will give you a big spike in power if you have high enough curse. So the strategy that we selected here did work out, got us really high curse, and now we're a lot stronger. Run's still not over, of course. We could still easily lose, but the plan has worked so far. Fairy, of course, we'll take, even at half value. This is still a pretty big deal. Just 18 regeneration is so much better than 7 regeneration. And we will take the max health and Sift's Relic at this point. I do love Sif's Relic. I think I'm going to lock it and see if we can get a cursed one, because the extra armor would be really good as well. We only have 7 armor. I'm going to unlock the Pearl. I'm actually going to focus on things that we care about a little bit more in terms of damage. Very happy to grab the Taser here. I'll take Baby Elephant at this point. Oh, I should lock the fuel tank also. I'll take Baby Elephant at this point for the 1 regeneration. Or half a regeneration. It's not an efficient purchase, but I just want to get to like 20 regen, because combined with buying armor next wave, that will make us a lot more survivable against the bosses. 20 regen combined with our high consumable heal should be enough, I think. Don't think we're going to have the damage to kill the bosses, so we're going to be trying to defend ourselves. This definitely hasn't been the cleanest run I've ever done. I've made a couple mistakes, some movement errors, and this is just a very difficult run that required some different thinking than we're used to. So, of course, there's going to be different approaches that we could have taken, and it's hard to know which one's correct, because you only get to try these things once when you're doing a random run like this. So whether you're right or not is hard to determine, unless you lose, in which case you were wrong. I'm just gonna spend 300 on 3 armor. That's fine. I'll actually just buy out this whole shop. Really wish any of that was cursed, but it's okay. I will still lose the 4 max HP here for the leather vest, because that will increase my survivability more than anything else. And let's do a couple rolls just to see what happens. The alien eyes would have been huge. If we could have gotten an alien eyes for the bosses, that would have mattered a lot, because that's a big burst of damage that we can do to the bosses. Unfortunately, with only 20 regen, we can't safely stand inside them, which is the normal way that you maximize alien eyes. You want to stand directly in the bosses when your alien eyes fire, so they get hit by all 6 projectiles. I think we will be able to kill them, as long as I don't take too much damage and die here. So I'm trying to focus down the whale boss. The whale boss is the more difficult of the two in terms of its pattern that you have to dodge. The serpent boss you can pretty much just circle, and you rarely are going to get hit unless unless you do it exactly wrong, like I just did there 3 times in a row. But if you just circle it in a fairly tight spiral, you should be able to kill it. All right, so I was not expecting to be able to kill the bosses there. That was a pretty satisfying end to a fairly difficult run. I will say that buying this early sharp bullet was massive. This helped so much. What else? The snowball gave us only 6 elemental damage, but this was a low economy run, so I'm not that upset about that. The coupon was, of course, great. Fishhook did carry us, even though we missed several times on rolling for cursed items with the fishhook. We still just got so much value from it. Metal detectors also were worth quite a bit of extra money. This cursed scar got us to level 23, so that's nice. The baby squid was good, actually. I probably should have bought the second one. We'd have had another 5 regeneration or so, and that would have been a pretty big boost. But it's really hard to tell exactly how much this is going to give you at half value as well. The padding was nice. It just boosts our HP. Obviously, buying all of these HP items. Finding the cursed metal was really good. The cursed alien eyes did a ton of damage. The pocket factory didn't end up working out. If we had found a scared sausage, then it would have. But we didn't. Unless I passed one, in which case I'm sure the comments will let me know about it. Dangerous Bunny saving us 136, which was good, but not amazing. And I'm pretty pleased that I ended up going with all of the armor and stuff in the later game, like buying Sif's Relic. Finding all this armor later let me play much more aggressively against the bosses. Community support was also huge. This was a massive boost to our DPS with the cursed community support, so that was a really big deal, as was the weird food. We have plus 10 consumable heal, which is how we were able to stay alive, and that is absolutely massive. And of course, a cursed metal detector as well. The Cursed Frozen Heart also giving us just a huge boost to our damage on all of our weapons, because Taser, as you level it, the damage scaling decreases, but the number of shots increases. So increases to the damage scaling on these weapons from Frozen Heart or Nail is huge for Taser, because it gets multiplied by each shot that you get. Alright, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this run with the Chunky. That was a tense one. I was not sure we were going to win it, but the win streak continues. I think we're on 16 now. I need to actually go back and count. But we're really getting there. I am not sure how long we're going to be able to keep this going, because we have gotten, I would say, a little bit lucky in terms of the character weapon combos that we've rolled, although a couple of the more recent ones have been harder. But I'm sure we'll roll something impossible at some point soon, and the win streak will perish, but we're going to keep it going as long as possible. Alright, my friends, hope you enjoyed this run. As always, of course, feel free to leave a comment, hit like, helps me out with the algorithm, and you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy games. Cheers, my friends. Catch you next time.